Alright guys, I want to show a couple of Timex watches that have been getting a lot of attention. Of course, there's the Q, which I've had a few of these on the channel. And when they were originally released, you know, they were received very well. And just like the M79 that we're going to talk about here in a moment, there was a premium that was put on them on the secondary market. They were gobbled up, sold out, you know, at Timex, brought back in, sold out. And now the same thing's happening with the M79, which is the automatic Batman style, you know, with the black on the blue bezel, using the Miyota 8 series, like 8000 series or whatever, which is self-winding, and you can wind it, but it does not hack movement. So very good movement, and it's used in a lot of other watches, but it is really cool to see Timex playing around with some automatics for sure. Date as well on this one, and applied indices. A little bit different handset in the sense that the hour hand has a T in it, kind of mimicking the Mercedes style hand, but with a T for Timex instead. So, you know, pretty cool design features overall. These are two different sized watches for sure. And I'm trying to hold them at about the same depth from the lens so you can get a sense of like what the size actually is next to each other. But for the M79, the one on the left here is a 40 millimeter case by 46.2 lug to lug, 14.2 tall with that acrylic domed crystal, 18 millimeter lug width, and that's down here. You can see the bracelet actually flares out to meet the case. So 40 by 46. This guy here, the Q, is actually 38 by 44 and a half approximately, and then much thinner, of course, only at a 11 and a half thick, and then same lug and same bracelet almost. I think they're very close, if not exactly the same. Could be wrong on that, but they look and feel the same. So if you're good with these bracelets, I'm not a huge fan of it. But I know they work just fine. I get claustrophobic almost in these, because like getting it hooked is kind of a bugger, and then getting it off is sometimes tricky as well. But like I said, I'm not a huge fan of it, but it is cool they did a display case back there. These are only a 50-meter water resist watch. You can see the case back is held with 4 screws. You know, signed crown like a TX. I'm holding it upside down, so it'd be a TX there. You can see that, non-screw down, of course. A little undersized for my liking with this. It's a little tricky to manipulate. You're definitely going to want some fingernails or something. I don't know if it's like 120 click. It seems like a lot more. It seems like there's just clicks on clicks. I mean, it is, I can't even count them. It's more than 120 somehow. I've had another watch that was like that too. Lines up pretty good. It's not perfect, but it lines up pretty good. You know, nice smooth sweep to the seconds hand there with that automatic movement. If we zoom in, you can see pretty good matte black dial with applied indices, unless they're pressed in, I'm not really sure. And then very minimal on the dial there, just the Timex and the automatic, and then that handset with the T on the Mercedes hand, which is actually really cool. I do dig that. Man, I'm getting dust all over that thing. And then the red seconds hand. So overall, really good looking watch. And then, of course, the Timex Q, you know, it's all printed on, and it's proudly displaying that Q. And this has a no-click bi-directional bezel on this guy. So let's see, no Indiglow on either one, obviously. And I'll do a Lume shot the best I can. Here's the hang tags. So on the left is the M79, and on the right is the Q. So if you're interested in those part numbers, I'll try to put them in the description as well. And big thanks to John for sending in the M79, and Rob actually for sending in the Q. That is sold. I need to get that shipped out, and the M79 Rob's keeping. Price, Timex lists this M79 at $279, and the Q on the Timex site is $179. So you're going to pay $100 extra for the dive style look and the automatic movement. It's going to fit on wrist better, I think, the 40 versus the, for most guys. I mean, if you have a smaller wrist, obviously the 38 will work just fine. I'm going to attempt to get this on wrist. I really do struggle with these, but they are infinitely adjustable, so you can get them dialed in pretty good. But there you can see on my 7 1/4, it wears good. I know a lot of people gripe about this bracelet pulling hair, and I can confirm just that little bit of movement there after a couple seconds being on wrist. I did feel a couple little hair pulls, so be prepared to donate some hair follicles to the wearing of this watch on this bracelet. Now, I know you can put other bracelets on this. I have already been checking out pictures of that and everything, so it's totally doable if that's something you want to do, or just get used to it and rock it out. I think these are pulling a premium. I did a quick look on eBay. I think I'm noticing some trending over the $300 mark. I don't know why you guys are doing that. Don't do that. Just wait. These will pop back up on Timex or on the secondary market or something like that. Don't pay more than $279 for this Timex, because it's cool, but guys, it's not that cool. Like, I don't know why you would be doing that. And I don't normally say that about a watch. I get it. The watch is worth what somebody's going to pay for it. But, you know, this Timex Q ended up selling at quite a discount, you know, under the 179 that the retail price is. And the M79 is going to do the exact same thing. Once things calm down and production catches up, it's not like Timex is going to make, you know, a few hundred of these and then not make them anymore. You know, they're doing their thing and they're making watches and selling them. And really, so what if they do only make so many of these Batman? They're going to come out with other colorways. I guarantee it. They know they're onto something with both the Q and the M79. They're going to make more. So don't overpay for this stuff, guys. Just trust me. Just be patient. Wait. If you really want one, just wait. Buy it brand new at Timex and pay the full retail if you have to. Otherwise, pay attention and you will find some other ones on the secondary market, which is better yet again. So let me see what kind of lume we have. I did not check the lume. So there, as you can see, actually a little bit brighter initial blast on the Q, but you don't have a lume pipped, but it's a GMT bezel anyway. So you do have a lume pipped on the dive style one. You know, you don't have the water resistance, but you have the lume pip, and the lume seems like it's holding out pretty good, but definitely brighter on the Q. Interesting. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Big thanks to John and Rob for sending both these in, and I will catch you guys on the next video.